Ladies and gentlemen, Eagles Nation, can you feel it? That electric buzz in the air, the kind that starts in South Philly and ripples all the way to Lincoln Financial Field? It's November in the city of brotherly love, and your Philadelphia Eagles are sitting pretty at 6-2, kings of the NFC East heading into their Week 9 bye. But hold on, because in the wild world of NFL trades, whispers are turning into roars, and the birds might just be swooping in for a game-changer that could send shockwaves through the league. What if I told you the Eagles are eyeing a reunion that could supercharge their pass rush like it's 2017 all over again? Buckle up, folks. This is your Eagles update, straight from the heart of the Green Machine. Let's start with the big picture, because man, what a roller coaster it's been. After that gut-wrenching Week 6 slip-up against those pesky New York Giants. You know, the one that had us all pacing our living rooms like Reggie White chasing down a quarterback. The Eagles didn't just bounce back, they exploded. Back-to-back triumphs, including a gritty grind against the Commanders where we saw a vintage Kareem Hunt sighting that had fans chanting his name like he was the second coming of Brian Westbrook. Now, at 6-2, Philly's perched atop the division, 2 games clear of the Cowboys, who, let's be real, are probably already plotting their annual Thanksgiving revenge. But here's the thing, wins are great, they taste like a soft pretzel on Broad Street, but they don't erase every scar. The defense, that once impenetrable fortress that carried us to Super Bowl glory 7 years ago, is showing some cracks. And with Howie Roseman, the wizard of Wawa trades, pulling the strings, the Eagles aren't sitting idle. They're hunting. The hottest rumor buzzing louder than a swarm of green bees? Philadelphia's got their eyes locked on Miami Dolphins edge rusher Jaylon Phillips. Yeah, you heard that right. Jaylon Phillips, the 26-year-old beast who's been terrorizing quarterbacks since his days lighting up the Pac-12 at UCLA. According to NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe, the Eagles are salivating at the chance to reunite Phillips with defensive coordinator Vic Fangio, the grizzled veteran who coached him in Miami back in 2023. Fangio, folks, remember him from his days scheming chaos in Chicago and San Francisco? He's got that old-school fire, the kind that turns good defenses into legendary ones. And Phillips? He's no stranger to the spotlight. Drafted 8th overall by the Dolphins in 2021, he burst onto the scene with 9 sacks as a rookie, earning all rookie nods and making jaws drop from Miami to Milwaukee. But injuries, the cruel thief of talent, sidelined him for chunks of the last 2 years, limiting him to just 12 games. Fast forward to 2025, and bam! Fully healthy, playing every snap in Miami's 9 games, racking up 25 tackles, 3 sacks, and 4 tackles for loss. That's the kind of production that could slot right into Philly's scheme like a cheesesteak in a hoagie roll. Now, let's dive deeper, because this isn't just a name on a wish list, it's a tactical masterstroke. The Eagles' defense, which was the NFL's #1 unit last season, holding foes to under 300 yards a game and turning games into clock control clinics, has slipped to 20th this year. They're coughing up 336.3 yards per contest, and it's showing in those nail-biters. The pass rush? Middling at best. Only 18 sacks through 8 games, compared to the 48 we unleashed in that championship run. Enter Phillips, at 6'5", 265 pounds. With that explosive first step and relentless motor, he'd pair perfectly with Josh Sweat and the emerging Bryce Huff. Imagine Fangio dialing up those signature twists and stunts, Phillips looping around the edge while Hasan Reddick. Wait, is he still suiting up? Fingers crossed, blasts inside. It's the kind of duo that could force Dak Prescott into those panic checkdowns we love to exploit. And get this, Phillips is in the final year of his rookie deal, so Miami, reeling from that Thursday night demolition by the Ravens. Their season's basically a sunken ship with GM Chris Greer shown the door and Mike McDaniel's hot seat scorching, might be motivated sellers. Roseman's already proven he's got the Midas touch. He just flipped a 2026 6th-rounder for Jaire Alexander from the Ravens on Saturday, and earlier this week, snagged slot corner Michael Carter II from the Jets for wideout John Mechie III and a 2027 6th. Bargain basement hauls that scream, contender mode. For Phillips, Wolf says Philly would pull the trigger at the right price. Maybe a mid-round pick and a depth piece? It's the kind of value Howie dreams about. But let's pump the brakes for a second and zoom out, because Eagles fans, you know this team doesn't rebuild, we reload. Remember the glory days? Reggie White, the Minister of Defense, sacking fools left and right in the 80s and 90s, leading us to those heartbreaking NFC Championship heartbreaks before that transcendent 2017 run. Or Brian Dawkins, weapons on shoulders, flying around like a green phantom, intimidating QBs into turnovers. Donovan McNabb slinging it to Terrell Owens in the wild card miracle against the Packers. Frozen tundra, baby. That DNA, that never say die spirit, it's woven into the fabric of this franchise. And the fans? Oh, the Philly faithful, painting the link green and white, belting out "Fly Eagles Fly" like it's a national anthem remix by Meek Mill. It's that passion that turned a 4-11-1 disaster in 2020 into a Super Bowl parade down Broad Street. Statistically, this 6-2 start mirrors our 2017 pace. Same record at the bye, same divisional dominance. Jalen Hurts is channeling Nick Foles with his poise, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith stretching defenses like taffy, and even with Jason Kelce retired, that O-line's still mauling. But the D. We need that edge to echo those Birds teams that held Super Bowl opponents to 21 points or less. Picture this. I caught up with a fictional fireside chat, okay, let's call it an exclusive Eagles locker room leak, from Vic Fangio himself. Jalen's got that rare blend, Fangio growls in my imagined scoop. Vision, power, and he studies film like it's the Dead Sea Scrolls. Reuniting. It'd be like handing me the keys to a '67 Mustang, pure adrenaline. And from Jalen Hurts, post-practice glow, we all about family here in Philly. If Jay's coming, that's another brother in the trenches, protecting this kingdom we've built. Even a die-hard fan outside the Novacare complex chimes in, Phillips? Sign him yesterday. We'll trade our firstborn for a sack dance at the link. Laughter aside, experts like ESPN's Tim McManus are buzzing too. Fictional take, this could vault Philly from NFC pretender to outright favorite. Phillips' health is the wild card, but at 26, his upside screams Lombardi potential. Looking ahead, the implications are massive. Nail this trade, and the Eagles aren't just patching a hole, they're fortifying for a deep playoff run. The NFC East. It's a bloodbath. Cowboys lurking with that star-studded attack, Giants nipping at heels after their upset, Commanders rising like a phoenix. Phillips could tip the scales in those December dogfights, forcing turnovers that fuel Hurts' dual-threat magic. And don't sleep on the other name floating, Jermaine Johnson from the Jets, the former Pro Bowler shaking off injury rust. New York's asking a second-rounder, steep, since he's locked in through 26, but Roseman's balked so far. Smart money. He circles back if the Jets soften. Post-bye, we've got the Steelers in primetime, tough, but winnable. Then a gauntlet that tests this revamped secondary with Alexander locking down WR1S and Carter 2 mucking up the slot. Prediction time. With Phillips in green, I see 12 wins, a division crown, and a Super Bowl rematch revenge tour. The Birds flying highest since that confetti storm in February 18. But hey, Eagles Nation, this is your team, your story. Passionate, unpredictable, unbreakable. So grab that green jersey, crank up some Jill Scott for the Philly vibes, and tune in next Monday when we face the steel curtain. Will Roseman work his magic? Will Phillips hear the call of the Liberty Bell? Stick with us here on the channel for every rumor, every reveal. Because in Philly, we don't just play football, we live it. Fly Eagles fly. One love, one team, forever green.